Hey everybody, what's going on? Trish Lito here, aka The Expert Connection. I just did air quotes. How ridiculous am I? Today, I am really excited to be interviewing somebody who I think is just like a celebrity in the marketing world. His name is Jeffrey Bannock. He is a fellow veteran. He was a Marine, and hopefully in just a second here, he's gonna be joining us and I can bring him on the screen with me, and he's gonna be dropping a ton of knowledge for all of us. So I am extremely excited about this interview. So let's just give it a second, wait for Jeff to join us, and I look forward to picking his brain a little bit on Facebook Live and hopefully bringing a bunch of value and knowledge into your lives and help you with your businesses. So I'm gonna close these doors real quick. And hopefully that's him. Let's see. Let's see. There he is. Boom. All right, what's up, Tyler? Thanks for popping on, buddy. All right, we got Jeffrey coming on in just a second here. I'm excited. What's up, Jason? Jason Economides, a funnel Jedi. I got the funnel doc coming on. As soon as Jeff joins us, there he is. Yay. I'm so excited right now. Jeff is awesome. And I've got my strawberry bubbly. I love this stuff. There he is. Look at him. You are the coolest, man. What's going on?
Here, let's set this up. There we go.
Hey, if you guys
just loving life, just loving life.
Awesome. If you guys are watching, can you do me a favor and share this out, please, please, please? The more people that can see this live and the replay, the better, because this guy is, he's amazing. Like this is a celebrity in the marketing world, you guys. Like this is a really big deal for me. I am honored to have him. So this is
thanks, I appreciate it. I really do.
I love you. I just love you. So I got to meet Jeffrey Bannock for the first time. God, I feel like it was like 6 months ago when Arnie Giske came to town here in Tampa, and he did a meetup at a dinner spot in South Tampa. I got down there and I walked in. I'm like, you look very familiar to me. And it was funny because he looks over at me and he shows me the inside of his arm. Show them the tattoo, Jeff.
Well, that's the old one. Have you guys, and then I got the new one too. What? And I got the new one too here.
Oh my God, that is awesome. That is awesome. So he shows me that, and immediately
that's the promise I'm gonna
I
get.
was like, oh my God, you're the funnel doc. I know this guy. I've seen this guy. He's like all over Clickfunnels stuff. He's amazing. What's up, Tori? His beautiful wife has just joined us as well. So Jeff, I could talk about you until I'm blue in the face, but I'd rather you talk about yourself. So tell us a little bit about your background. Awesome. I know you're a former Marine, and what got you into this and what you're doing right now.
Right. So yeah, I was actually with the Navy. I was a corpsman with the Marines, but I pretty much felt like I was a Marine because I did everything that they did. So I just sort of labeled myself.
Right on.
but yeah, I served with them. I did my time, got out. Because of my experience in the military, I directly went into like a fitness background, because we'd working out, and back then they didn't require you to have like all these certifications they do now. Actually did that for a long time, for like 20 years. And as you get older, you sort of fall out of favor with those things, And so I wasn't able to get jobs as well in the fitness industry. I was learning about marketing and everything like that. And while I was doing this, and this was just like a year and a half ago, my wife and I, we had some really, really hard times. She was the manager of Starbucks at this time, and we were living like barely paycheck to paycheck because I didn't have a lot of income at that time, and she was supporting us. And she lost her job, and we went from barely any income to no income at all. it was bad. I mean, we at one point were standing in like food lines literally here to get food, and my wife's wedding ring, we actually at one point had to pawn it just so we could pay rent. And then it wasn't. And then the sad thing is, we went to pawn it and we couldn't even get enough for rent. We had 1,000 for rent. We could only get like $800, so we still had to come up with like 200, and it was really really rough. But luckily, I started finding about ClickFunnels and Russell Brunson and seeing how everything could transfer in here. And that's when I got this first tattoo, was in April, like before anything had happened. Like, this was my promise. I saw the future. I knew Russell had this dream, and I'm like, I'm riding this dude's coattails. So, and he's done so much. And that's the thing. I was like, I'm going to get this tattoo. This is a promise. I'm going to do something to ClickFunnels, or I'm going to be some weird dude with a ClickFunnels tattoo that never did anything. So I started in and I dove into ClickFunnels group, helping everyone, learning as much as I could. The group was about 35 grand about that time, 35,000. About 2 months later, it had already gone up to like 78,000. And out of nowhere, they give this award for the top contributors to the group. And I was blessed enough that all the work I've been doing, I got second highest contributor out of like 78,000 people at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, it was it blew my mind. I was pretty amazed, and I saw that. And then like 2 weeks later, Kevin David, the gentleman that I got the first two comma with there, and the second one, he puts in ClickFunnels. He's just like, hey, I need some help with funnels. And I'm like, well, I'd love to help you. He's like, well, what's your experience? And I'm like, well, I've had a few wins along the way, but my main thing is they just gave this award for the top 10 contributors. And Kevin's like, hey, let's do it. And we launched, and 57 days later, we held the record for fastest to a million for the longest time. It was 1.2 in 57 days. But then you got now people like Scott Marshall and Ariel, they're just blowing it up with tens of millions of dollars. I mean, it's crazy the amount of money that ClickFunnels is generating nowadays. So, but the thing a lot of people don't know is, even though I had that success, I'd only been paid like once by Kevin. It was one job. There had not been a lot of work. No one knew who I was still. So we were still on hard times. Like, we had to skip paying bills just so I could afford the plane ticket to go to the viral launch, because that was the next step in my career. Was Kev made sure I got invited to the viral launch where they had, Gary Vee, and we set the world record for the large. Yeah, I was blessed. I couldn't believe it. Here I am. I'm this ClickFunnels, like, I love ClickFunnels, and next thing you know, I'm setting a Guinness Book of World Record with ClickFunnels. I'm like, this is meant to be, I mean, like, come on. So I met everyone. That was the first time I met Akbar, and I'd been following him a little bit. And shortly after that, that's when I joined Akbar's inner circle, and that was a huge stepping stone. I mean, I'll never forget the first time Akbar and I sat down and we started discussing my plans and stuff. Now, mind you, this was like just before Funnel Hacker, and really we hadn't done much. We were still, I was blessed enough that in December my wife was actually able to leave her job, and now and is be a full-time wife and assistant, and so we were doing okay. We got the Dan Henry Award for 10,000, our first, doing our first. So we got the 10K award, and we were starting to do well, but it just hadn't happened, or nothing really crazy like what's happening now. And I'll forget, Akbar and I sat down, and at that point, like, we'd only made like 60 grand, in the last year, and through what we'd done. And even though that's a lot, I couldn't envision even doubling that, to think like 60 grand's a lot of money to me especially back then. And I'm like, I would be so happy, Akbar, if we could just do 150,000. Let's double it. And he's like, he laughed at me. I'll never forget, he laughed at me. He was like, you're going to do way more than that, and you're going to affect a lot more people, but we'll write that down. And the crazy thing is, now it hasn't even been we started last December, and here we are in September now, and we've done over 500,000 in sales now, in funnel sales through my agency and everything. So it's just incredible, the journey. And now I'm trying to really give back to a lot of people, inspire people. What's up, Jason? It's good to see you, brother. And just get my message out there to not only help people with funnels and all that other follow-up stuff that goes with it, because that's very important in our community, but I've been touched by a lot of people since they've started this journey. I just was at NinjaCon in San Diego a couple weeks ago. Gentleman reaches out to me, John, and just tells me that, like, my podcast I did with Kevin changed his life. Like, here's this guy that's like out of nowhere, just like, ex-military as well. And he's like, listen to it, he resonated with it. He's like, is incredible. And he's just so inspired. And to know that I have that effect on someone, I want to be able to, reach out and see if I can help inspire other people, because it gets hard. And I want people to know that if they fight through it, man, there's something on the other side for all
Oh
of
my
us,
God.
especially now with the way the
You know what I
internet
love
is.
about you, Jeff, and I love this about your wife too. You guys are so like you. I don't know if anybody else can feel this, but you can feel the humility in your heart that you're so like you really are such a good guy. You're such a nice guy. You're a giving soul. You are such a good freaking person. And your wife too. The two of you, you guys are like little balls of sunshine sitting next to each other at that table that night when I met you. Like, I just absolutely adore you, and I love everything that you're doing. And one of my favorite things about you, Jeff, is that, and this is true for a lot of us, right? We go through stages in this entrepreneurial journey that you feel like you're not good enough. You start comparing yourself to other people. You're given the tools, you're given the this, but you see so many other people doing this thing and you're like, yeah, but I'm not that person. Yeah, but I'm not that person. But you didn't give a shit, Jeff. You took action. Listen, we've been there. I was at the lowest of low myself. Trust me, I get it. I totally get it. But you took action. You said, you know what? I got this tattoo. I'm literally telling myself, you're kind of screwed if you don't make it happen. You get it ink on your arm.
Yep.
But you did it.
Right.
You did
exactly.
it, and then you had so many people believe in you, and somebody gave you a chance, right? Like somebody gave you a chance.
One chance.
And I'm telling you right now, for so many of us, that's all it takes, just one person to give us that chance.
Right.
And you guys, this is an internet world that we live in. We're all doing this thing. Right? Like, there's no more excuses at all, right? A software that you pay $97 a month for, and you made $500,000 selling this. Like, are you kidding me?
Well, listen to this. This is what I was talking to Todd Dickerson just the other day, one of the creators. He created Clickfunnels. And I said, Todd, do you and Russell realize that because of what you've done, there's over 300 millionaires now that maybe would never have existed had it not been for that. And like, what is it, 17 deca millionaires now that are now, and they're all, the great thing about our community is all of them are trying to make a positive impact. Back in the day, when I was growing up in the 80s and stuff, we had a different mindset than people do now, where they would have took the money and ran, dude. Oh, I made 10 million. Peace out, brother. I'm out of here.
No, you're absolutely
the people
right.
now is they're like,
you are absolutely right.
They want to get back.
Yes. And it's like
it's such a different vibe.
Yeah, no, it's you're absolutely right. Like, it's a completely different vibe. And sometimes it can be a stigmata, right? Like, it can be that, oh, I've done this, but how much more can I do? And it's not, to me, to some people, it's looked at as greed. I don't think that it's greed. Sure. I think that it's, oh my God, if I can do this, what else can I do? It's just that mindset of, oh my God, there's no stopping me now, right? Like, and not only that, but it's if I can do this, I can show other people how to do this. Like, and they say that one person can't change the world. I beg to differ. One person can change the world. Look at Bill Gates, right? Look at Oprah Winfrey. Look at all of these people that are multi-billionaires. One person, one idea, and they try and they try and they try. They got the door slammed in their face. And now we're in this place where we don't have as many doors slammed in our face. The opportunity is so much more prevalent and available to us. Right. So as the funnel doctor, right? I went on your page and I noticed that you do a thing every Friday. You survey some funnels for people. So tell me a little bit about that and where that came from.
Well, I sort of stole it from Russell a little bit, because they do Funnel Fridays where they build the funnels, but I'm going to critique them and it sounds great. What's that?
He wants you. I'm like, I knew you were going to say you stole it from him, but he wants you to do that. Like, that's the idea, right?
Of course. Yeah. Right. It's great branding, But what I'm doing now is I'm having people that will go and they'll submit their funnels, and then I'm going to take one funnel every Friday, do a Facebook Live, and I'm going to totally Some people, I hope you're ready because I'm going to try and be nice, but I'll tear it down and I'll help you build it back up. And I'm going to give you some, I mean, these are potentially, thousands of dollars a time that yeah. And so I'm going to go in there and I'm going to just help you tweak it, give you ideas, explain where you might be lacking, and not just funnels, but all the follow up, because this is what people don't realize. Real funnels, it's way more than that front page. That's a tip of the iceberg. It's the follow-up, the emails, it's the correspondence, it's the engagement, it's a know, like, and trust series so they know who you are. This is the stuff that makes the $1 million funnels compared to the, oh, I made 10,000 here or whatever. There's so much more than what's in that first page. They see upsells, downsells, cross sales, all that stuff. So yeah, that's what really we want to get into, and I want people to understand that, because I think that's where people get mixed up now, is they're like, oh, it's a funnel, it's this one page. No, that's like the 10% of it. It's 90%. You need to learn that too, because that's where it's neglected. I've had people now, clients that come to me like, oh, we did 90,000 last month without any. Could you imagine if they would have had an email or a bot or anything in place? That could have been 100, a couple 100,000, easily doubled. So that's the thing, is they just want to not only help people with their design, what everyone's doing wrong, but or I don't want to say wrong, but could do better, and then also with their follow-up funnels as well, just to help get that whole experience out there so people can break free. Because I'm feeling with this education and hopefully inspiration, and I'm going to be able to give someone the tools that they need to be able to, quit their 9 to 5 or whatever it is that they need to get to make them feel whole as a person. I want to be able to help give them a tool and a vehicle that they can provide them.
And that's exactly right. I loved everything that you just said. And even on the front end of it, before they even get to that funnel, guys, when you're talking about Clickfunnels, it's a software, right? So Jeff mastered this software system, and he knows how to help people do better copywriting. He knows how to get people to make sure, hey, if your button's in the wrong place, it could completely kill your sales. Truth, right? If you don't have a video on the page, right, and you're a video person, it can kill your sales. Trust me, I know. If you're selling food products and you don't have food on the page, it can kill your sales. The simplest of things, right? If you don't have arrows pointing down, it can look unattractive. If you don't have the proper branding, it can look terrible. If there's not an upsell, you could be leaving money on the table. But what's more important than any of that, because I talk to people all the time, especially in the real estate agents, in real estate market, in the mortgage industry, because that's my background. I have people ask me all the time, oh, I need a funnel. Oh, I need a bot. No, you need to get yourself out there first. How are you going to drive all this traffic? Oh, with Facebook ads. But what are you putting on the Facebook ads? So, right, ladies and gentlemen, right, no matter what you're doing, please remember first and foremost that people are buying from people. We're in info age, right? This is the technology, yes. But look at what we're doing. We're Facebook Live. We're doing videos. We have so many apps for free where you can edit your videos, right? But people buy from people. It's that experience. It's that getting in front of the right people at the right time, making sure that you know your audience, and that when you do a Facebook Live or any kind of a video, right, that it's understanding what they need in life and giving them the answer for it. So before any of that stuff happens, before you get that funnel or anything, make sure you know exactly what that is. And that takes time. It takes effort. It takes blood, sweat, and tears. But it is the most important part of this whole process, right? And then Jeff can help you with the tech stuff.
No, well, that's the funny thing, is you're so right, Trish, is knowing your customer avatar is a huge problem. When people come to me so often, I'll be like, well, who's your audience? Who you're speaking to? And they'll be like, men and women 25 to 55, all, and they'll give me this broad range. I mean, no. You need to know, first of all, let's be real. The message I'm going to give a male versus a female is usually going to be completely different, because ladies think different than men do. It's just different thought process. So that speech is going to be different right off the bat. And then let's say that you have one type of job versus another. You might be speaking to doctors, and one might be plastic surgeons. Sure, they're both in the medical field, but completely different talk's going to have to happen to them. And that's because you know your customer avatar. You know their pains, their desires, their wants, their needs. And that's one of the big things when people design funnels too, is they get so much like descriptive driven. Like, let's say I'm selling a flashlight. They're like, oh, it's silver and it shines bright. No one cares about that. They want to know, what's it going to do for me? Where's my benefit? How is it going to make a difference in my life? And if you don't have that on your funnel, if it's not in your email copy or wherever, you're screwing up right off the bat, because they're not. Let's be honest, we're humans. Everyone wants to know what's in it for me, me. And if you're not telling that, they're going to flip the switch and they're going to go to Facebook or YouTube and they're going to leave your page and you're going to lose a sale before you ever had a chance. So that's great that you
It's
brought that up.
100%. And at the end of the day, we're all doing this. This is video is king, whether it's a live video, pre-recorded, prettied up video, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, that's it. Like people, and even, people say, oh, and I made a joking post one day and I said, people sell, people buy from people. Unless you're Amazon, then people buy from Amazon, right? But most people buy from Amazon based off of a review written by somebody.
Yeah, or a referral. Hey, get this, and then go to Amazon. Yeah, for sure, 100%.
So people buy from people. So if no matter what you're trying to do, folks, like anything at all, I don't care if you're in multi-level marketing, you've got your own product, e-com, anything, absolutely anything. Just make sure that if you're going to put it out there, like, does it have to be perfect? No, but at least get a glance at it by somebody first. Like, have somebody just kind of give you something, right? Go check out Jeff's page and watch him do Funnel Fridays. I literally was sitting there going, ooh, I don't know if I wanted to tear me apart or not.
I'll be nice. I would always be gentle. I'll always be gentle. But sometimes people, it has to be. That's one of the things is people just I think that people need an outlet where they can go to be able to get help, and that's one of the things why I'm starting Funnel Fridays is so that people can come and learn more about funnels.
That's awesome. No, I think that's a great idea. So speaking of your ideal client, so as of right now today, I noticed that you work a lot with fitness professionals because you said that is a big part of your background, right?
We did have, but right now, through the evolution of everything that's happened since December now, we really go towards a little bit more like people that already have a product or something and they're doing well, but they need like gas poured on it to go to that next level. You know what I mean? Like we try not to do startups as much anymore because unfortunately, when someone's starting up, they're like putting all their eggs into my basket. And not that my basket's not pretty decent, but what most people fail to mention is most online businesses have about a 70 to 80% fail rate right now, when you start out. So say you bring me on your team and say I can give you 30% lift. So we go from 80% fail rate to 50. We're still a 50-50 chance things won't succeed. So rather than having to deal with and have that be, because that's a lot of pressure.
Oh my God.
I mean, think about that. That's like
I don't do Facebook ads.
Yeah, your entire.
I hated doing Facebook ads.
Yeah. Right. You've got their family and everybody else relying on you. So we've steered away from that. Now we're going towards, just because I find it's much easier because of my experience to take something that's already working well and put the ecosystem in it that's going to be able to put that gas on it. So it just goes from 10,000 to 100,000 to a million, that type of deal, rather than someone that's like not even ever sold a product before. So we're really going towards that. And we tend to go for a lot of people that are doing courses just because I've had success with that, webinars, things like that in the past. But I have a wide variety. So I even have like some e-com that's mybusydog.com. They do like dog boots and stuff like that. So it's a variety. But we always try and work with now people that are a little more successful.
That's awesome. No, I love that. And you know what, Jeff? And that's so important that you identify that, you get it. You know what's going to work, it's not going to work, and you honed in on that. And I honestly, like, I give you kudos for that, because some people do that. They'll take people's money and they'll, it'll be maybe subpar outcome, and you don't want that to happen. You want something where you're like, oh, this is already a thing. We're going to scale the hell out of you. And I think that's awesome. Yeah. Exactly. So, those are the kinds, to be honest with you, those are the kinds of companies that I want to work for. That's my ideal client. I want to work with the agency that scales.
Right. And it was hard at first because, you initially want to just help everyone. And when you're starting out, you want to work with everyone. So it's really, I think that anyone starting a business really needs to focus on who their customer avatar is and their perfect client. Like, if I could not do this for money, like what type of people would I want to work with? Where would they be in their business? Because then if those are people that you're able to get and those are the ones you do it with for free, imagine how great it is when you're getting paid for it, you know? So,
No,
yeah,
that's exactly
exactly.
right. That is exactly right. So I have a question for you because I kind of want to go back to the beginning again. And I want to ask you that
Sure.
I think that some people, when they either read books about internet marketing, take courses, whatever, everybody I feel like does it a little bit different where it's, you consume the beginning and then you implement. You consume a portion and then you implement. How did you do it? Like what were your steps? Did you read .com secrets and then you immediately did it? Tell us a little bit about that part of the journey.
Right. So I did. I read .com secrets like through like twice, like literally back to back. And then started trying to implement that, but even more because I saw the power and future of ClickFunnels. I didn't know exactly how I was going to use this knowledge, but I knew I needed to be a part of this. So that was the reason, like, I got the tattoo and got in the group because at that point, and we didn't, Tori got mad at me, my wife. She loves it. She's so awesome because she supports me no matter what, even though I might make bad choices. Well, this one worked out, but like we were spending money we didn't have to buy Russell's stuff because I needed to learn from Russell. I bought the Funnel Hacks Masterclass. I paid all this just because like I started every video, everything you would get with Russell in it, I just dove in and consumed. I've even watched the marketing quickies from back in the days. He did very first videos where he looks like he's like
Oh my
18 years
God.
old.
Yes.
Yeah, seriously, he looks like a little kid.
He
It's
does
so
look like a
funny.
little kid. My God.
But that was the thing, and I just dove in and literally, it consumed me from the moment I got up in the morning to when I went to bed at night. All I did was ClickFunnels. I was in the group. I was on the actual ClickFunnels software. I would jump on Zooms with people and help figure out problems that they couldn't, just because I saw if I could literally find every answer, then I would know it. I would know it all, when it comes to
Yeah.
ClickFunnels. So that was my way. I just went all in. Like I sort of, it's a gift and a curse because if you go all in, it doesn't work. It sucks. But if it does work, it's awesome. But that's always been my way of doing things. I'm just go all in, fully immersive. It becomes my life, and hopefully that was a good choice. But that's how I learned stuff. As you said, like I went in expert secrets. I went in, bought all of his training, the perfect webinar, everything. I mean, even the little graffiti. Remember the I think they're funnel graffitis where they had the little stickers you could put up and design your way back in the day. I mean, I would buy everything that Russell put out just because I wanted to be able to know that I knew everything that he knew or everything about ClickFunnels. You know what I mean? I just saw the passion. I saw the future. I mean, this guy knew it. And I saw that, and because of that, I just went all in. So
I think that I love that. The first time I read .com, see, I actually have my books sitting around here somewhere because I'm always opening it up and going, what was it? And I've got like, look at this. Like I keep sticky pad on my desk at all times. This is how I read. I read with sticky pads and a pen because I'm pretty sure I've got ADD. but I did the same thing. I read it all the way through, and then I went back and I started reading it again, and then obviously then I had this, I'd had the software, so I'm in ClickFunnels group and I'm seeing all these people post things and I'm seeing, oh, Funnel Fridays is happening and but I'm going to tell you guys, it's something that my buddy Jason Economides, like he kind of like lit the fire under me. I bought the book like months before I actually read it. Like I bought it because I was just like, oh, I guess I need to have this because everybody's reading this book and it's changing their life. And I bought it and it sat on my desk for the longest time. And I'm seeing all these people do amazing things with their business. They're becoming, ads agencies and they're doing all these things. And I'm going, wait, how did you learn how to do all that? And they're like, .com secrets, expert secrets. And I'm going,
right.
Okay. And I'm looking at the desk. And then finally, my friend Jason reached out to me. He goes, please tell me you have read the book. I was like, no, it's still sitting on my desk. He's like, I want you to get off of Facebook right now. I want you to turn off your computer. I want to pick up that book and I want you to start reading it. And I did. And I'm so glad that he told me to do that because within 3 days I was through the book and I went, oh my God, this is everything. This is everything that I've needed to know for the longest time. And then I started doing the same thing. I started implementing it. And guys, this message, we're talking about this particular book because this helped us with what we do, right? This is true for literally anything, right? It's true for anything. You can read the book, but if you don't do the thing, if you don't start implementing it, you read a book. Good for you, right? You got to take action and be persistent. And it's not easy, right, Jeff? It's not easy. It's a lot of work.
Right. You, Trish, that's funny you mentioned that taking action because since I have been blessed now to be around some higher level entrepreneurs, that's one of the things that separates them from the people that don't seem to be as successful is like as soon as they hear something or they implement like imperfect action, like taking action and doing it, course correcting as you go rather than, oh, I'm going to plan and plan and plan and plan and plan and hopefully I'll get it perfect. And when it is perfect, I'm going to launch then because perfect never happens.
No.
It just is impossible. If you know anything about the universe, perfect never happens. So don't wait on it. Do the best you can and launch it and go. That's what's going to make the difference.
No, it's I was one of those people. I wanted it to be like, I wanted this to be perfect. I wanted this to be perfect. I wanted all these things to happen. And then the first course that I launched, I didn't get a lot of people in because unfortunately, I made a lot of assumptions in the very beginning. I made a lot of assumptions, and you can't do that to yourself, right? So I see a lot of like the most successful course creators, they put something out there. It might be like, a few videos here and there, and then says, listen, this is the first phase. Let's get some people in, and you tell me what you want more of, what you need to learn more about. Give me your feedback, and I will build the most fantastic thing around what you're telling me to do and help you be more successful. And, by doing that, you're helping me be more successful. That's why so many people build these things at an intro price, like a first round or a beta price. And I think that is very important, right? So same thing with like even book authors, they launch their book at one price when it goes out there at first, right? So I think that's really important. And I love that, that a lot of us are doing that now. And I mean, you are such an inspiration, Jeff. You really are. I mean, you're just absolutely killing it.
I appreciate that. It's funny, the courses that you're just talking about, that is like one of the number one problems. I said that I've worked with a lot of people with courses. People bring courses is they don't do that prior research or they don't do those engagement groups. And though it's been sad. I had this one person that brought me this course. They'd worked on it for like 6 months and they're like, this is the best course ever. And let's be honest, no one ever has an ugly baby. Your baby's always the prettiest baby. So he's like, this is the best course ever. And right? He gives me this course and I'm just like, we launch it and it's crickets because it's not what anyone wanted. He hadn't polled his audience. His baby he thought was beautiful was really ugly as could be, and nobody wanted it at all. So it was a total flop because no matter how much traffic you get to something, if it's not designed well, it's just not going to sell. So that is exactly what you said. It's so important to do that research to find out what your audience wants rather than making assumptions and trying to tell them, hey, you need this. No, listen to what your audience wants, find out what they need, and then build it for them, right?
Yeah, no. And I think that too many people get into this and it's like they see the shiny object in so many different locations. I know I was one of those people, not just once, a few times throughout this whole process, right? And it's like you get on there and you're like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this, and I want to do this. And then you hop on a Facebook and you see somebody else is making money doing this. You're like, oh, now I want to try to do this. You guys, we got to give ourselves a chance, like a fighting chance, right? You got to give it a good college try for like, and by the way, a good college try in the internet marketing world is at least 3 months.
Right. And probably quite a few failures along the way too. Like that's what you've got to be ready for it not to always work the first time, but realize that it could be that 6th time is when it finally does work. And if you gave up on the 5th, you're never going to get to that 6th.
No, it's so damn true. It's Sonya's laughing. It's true though. You gotta give it that college try, which is equal to at least 90 days. And if that's 90 days of like really seeing it through, right? And if that 90-day mark, you're like, you know what? I'm doing okay, I could keep going, then do it. Or if at that 90-day mark, you look at it, you're like, I hate everything about this. I'm frustrated. I can't stand this. This is not, then don't do it anymore. Go to the next thing, right?
Right.
Like, but be honest with yourself. Like, give yourself a shot. What's up, Gabe? I love Gabe. I crep everybody up with my laugh.
I think another thing too that we run into, because we do see so much success, we forget that success is not really the norm per se. You know, it's sad to say, but failure is more the norm. But because it's so in our face, we're like, wow, everybody's doing it. Everybody's making millions. And there are a lot of really successful people, but realize you're going to have struggles. It's not going to be easy. Like the people you see were like the Kevin Davids or the like Ty Lopez's or any of these guys. They, you know, that was a work in progress, and they had failures along the way. So don't think that they just flipped a switch and overnight were able to make these tens of millions of dollars. You know, it takes time. So be ready for that and be ready to not give up, because like I said, your sixth one could be the win. Don't quit on the fifth.
No, 100%. And I want to ask you something. Are you one of those people who builds funnels where you are really good at every single step of it, so good, and you're the best at every single step, where you don't need any help and you don't need anybody to help you here, and you don't, are you absolutely like the man, or do you have a team of people who you reach out to, Jeff?
Here's the deal. Originally, I was the man. I did it all. And I'm going to tell anyone out there, as soon as you can start or afford to have help, and you see that your business and you want your business to grow, start getting help. Because I unfortunately didn't. Like Funnel Hacking Live hit, and all of a sudden all these people are like, Jeff, help us. And I'm like, sure, I'll help you. And then I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this all by myself. And it was rough. You need, you know, like, now I have a team in place where I have a Facebook ads team, because that way I'm able to scale. Let's be honest, like one person can maybe handle 3 or 4 clients at their own. You know, if I want to be able to help 10, 20, 30 people, I need people that have competent skill levels that I trust, that are underneath me, that can help me on all facets. So that's what I have now. Is I've been blessed enough that I've got a team. Well, I'm still building it out, but I've got a pretty solid team right now, where I have a great executive assistant, you know, another funnel guy. And of course, I always put the, you know, the funnel doc stamp of approval on everything before it goes out. But, you know, I'm not a one-man band. I tried that route, and you wind up hurting a lot more than you're helping, because you're just not giving your clients the type of results that they deserve. You know, your clients deserve, they're paying you good money. They deserve to have the results that you've told them that you can accomplish. And if you over inundate yourself with stuff, you're just not able to deliver. So that's one of the things. Don't under deliver, over deliver, and always make sure that you have support, because no matter what you think, that a lot of people think, oh, they can't do it as good as me. That's BS. Someone, you know, there's tons of people out there that are very high skilled. You might have to pay for it. Don't always look in the Philippines, you know, that type of thing. But there are some good stuff. You know, there's some good stuff over there too. But that's the thing. You have to get a team in place. And I recommend for anyone that's looking to scale their business, no matter what it is, as soon as you can afford it, start looking at ways of things you don't like to do, and start having someone else take care of that. You know, because that's the thing. It's like there's certain parts of every job that you don't like certain parts of it. Fine, those are the ones to first get rid of right away. Where keep the stuff that you like.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
We back? Okay.
We're back.
Okay. Sorry,
back.
Gary Vee texted me. He wants me to.
No,
Sorry about
right,
that. Gary
right.
Vee sent me a text. He wants me to buy his shoes or something. So I don't know.
Jeff, you're the best.
That's what it was. Seriously, there's a text that went off. Yeah, it was hilarious.
No,
so,
but you're absolutely right, and that's why the reason why I'm bringing this up is because for the longest time I thought I had to be great at building funnels for people and doing this and doing this and doing this. Don't get me wrong, I can hold my own, right? But would it be much more beneficial for me to do Facebook Live interviews and be the people person that I am and have a great conversation with people and introduce them to my audience and help serve other people, and then know that I've got a team of people that I can filter those people through and say, hey, guess what? I got a guy for this. I mean, that's literally what I say all the time. I got a guy for that. I got people in my back pocket. Anything you need, I can hook you up, right? I don't have to do it all.
Right. No. Well, and that's silly. No one can be a one-man team like that. I tried it. Trust me, it's a path for failure. So for sure, I got to have a team in place.
Quite frankly, you shouldn't do that to yourself and your health, because like for me, if I try to tackle too much at one time, are you kidding me? I already suffer from anxiety, right? So now I feel like I've got like a bricks, just like bricks on my shoulders. And I feel like my whole world is caving in. And that's not fair to me. I can't expect myself to be doing all of these things all the time, right? So I would much rather have a funnel doc to go to and say, hey, Jeff, can you help me fix this?
Right?
Yeah. So
For sure.
so
For sure.
so what I want to do is I want to make sure, so we have your you have your YouTube channel on your page, right?
Yeah, I should. Everything should be up on my page. You just go to
Okay.
funneldoc.phd.com. That's my site right now, and all my stuff, my links, my little fame wall of fame, and all that cool stuff's on there. So
Okay, cool. Funneldoc.phd.com. There you go.
yes,
There you
ma'am.
go. And listen, if you guys want to message Jeff and you tell him that you found him from Trish Lito's awesome Facebook Live interview with him, yeah,
Woo!
because veterans got to stick together. So, yeah, seriously. So you are doing the Funnel Fridays yourself, where if they want, they go on your
Correct.
page and you register for it, and then you go through and you pick and choose who you're going to pick, and then you do the Facebook Live, and
Right.
okay, so you notify the person ahead of time, right?
Right. One of the things for the Funnel Fridays, I'll send you a link in Messenger, so if you want to include it. Then what they do is they just put their name, email, give the links to their funnel. I'll review the funnels. I'll pick which one I think I can help the most, because I want to be able to give the most value for the time I am. And then I'll notify the person, because it's very important for that person to be able to be present, so I can see what their thought process is, how they're thinking, because I'm not always like the top, whatever they're trying to sell. Like, I'm probably not an expert in it, and they are. So that will help me to be able to give them the type of optimization they're looking for in their
Jeff,
funnels.
that's awesome. Like, what a huge, awesome free thing to do. Like, I want people to just understand for just a second how big of a deal that is, because, like, that you're not even doing it in a group, you're doing it on your page. Like, it's a free service like that, guys. I'm gonna tell you all right now, if you are even remotely in a place where you're going, I really want this funnel to be better, I want it to be optimized, I want it to work better,
Right.
and you can't afford to hire someone, please take advantage of these opportunities.
Right.
For the love of God, if nothing else, you're giving yourself a really good edit from somebody who has 2 Comma Club twice, for crying out loud.
Right.
This guy obviously knows what the hell he's doing. So take advantage of these opportunities when you see the experts out there doing this stuff. Please, please, please identify that it is a great opportunity and apply to have it done, and then follow them. Go check out their YouTube channels, check out their Facebook groups if they have one, follow them. And those are the people that you need to be paying attention to. I get this asked of me often, Jeff, is, Trish, with so many internet marketers out there, how do we know who to trust? And I tell people, you trust the people who earn it, right? And you, sir,
Right.
have most
Very
definitely
true.
earned our trust in you. So thank you very, very much for everything that you do, for continuously serving other people and doing it selflessly while you're doing this incredible business. We appreciate you very much. So if you want to get a hold of Jeff, his link is in the comments. Guys, please, 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 if you found value in this video at all, please share it out. The more people we get this in front of, we could be helping another business owner. We could help somebody who's just doing a startup. If they can't quite do it yet and hire Jeff and do all these things, at least they get some good ideas. And,
Right.
yeah, let me know if you're catching the replay, #replay. Jeff, you are the man. You and I are going to hop on a call very soon and figure out a way that we can work together, because I just adore you and I want to send you more business.
Same here. I appreciate your time, Trish. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. The Bandix rule. All right.
All right. We'll talk to you later.